Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another day of reflections. It's a beautiful day out here in Philadelphia. It's really nice out there. The sun is out, and it's a good time to get out. If you are already at work during your lunch break, just step out and walk out a little. Enjoy the nice sunshine. Enjoy the blessing of God's beauty. Um, and so yesterday was an unusual day. We had to take some time to pray. And as a quick reminder, don't forget, on Friday is our prayer time. And this Friday, by the grace of God, we'll be praying and believing with people who want children, I know that God is going to do something awesome for someone who checks in regularly with some reflections. So make sure you share. Go ahead and share right now. Start a watch party, and of course, also know that throughout the day you can also share. You can share on Facebook. You can hold a watch party. So please make sure you do that for us. Also go to that like button, hit it, and also subscribe. Make sure you do the same on YouTube, because we are also on YouTube. The morning events or the reflections on Facebook is live, but it's available the rest of the time, and we post to YouTube within 2 to 3 hours after the live event. So today we want to look at some things. We want to look at the issue of knowledge. A lack of knowledge. I've said it here a couple of times. What you don't know can very easily kill you. What a person doesn't know can very easily kill the person. So it is critical that we have knowledge. We've talked about wisdom. We talked about wisdom for a few days, but there's a place for knowledge. Knowledge is knowing or having information about a certain thing, a certain situation, a certain circumstances. Knowledge is being informed. Knowledge is being informed. One of the reasons why we receive education, whether formal or informal, is to acquire knowledge. Because when you have knowledge, it takes you out of the realms of ignorance. Many mistakes are made out of ignorance. But when you have knowledge, you can make an informed decision. When you have good knowledge, good information, you can make relevant, timely, and appropriate decisions. So I want us to look at Acts 23, and like I said, what a person does not know can very easily kill a person. So if you go to Acts 23, it's the story of Paul. Paul was as usual in trouble with the leadership of the then church of the Pharisees, and they had a plan to kill him. They had a plan to kill him. However, we are told in Acts 23, and I can't go through the whole story because of our time. In Acts 23, Paul's nephew heard about the plot to kill Paul. And in verse 16, Acts 23 verse 16, when Paul's sister's son, his nephew, heard of the ambush to kill Paul, he went and entered into the barracks, because Paul was being kept in the barracks, and told Paul. Then Paul called one of the centurions to him and said, "Take this young man to the commander, for he has something to tell him." So he took him being Paul's nephew, and took him to the commander and said, "Paul the prisoner called me to him and asked me to bring this young man to you. He has something to tell you." And the commander said, what do you have to tell me? And the young man, Paul's nephew, told the commander of the battalion of the centurions the plan of some people to kill Paul. That simple information, that simple knowledge that Paul received was the avenue through which Paul's life was saved. Because by having that vital information about his safety, he was able to be taken out of harm's way, and his life was saved for that time, and he was able to do his assignments. It's good to pray. It's good to go to church. It's good to study the Word of God. It's wonderful to have fellowship one with another. However, as Christians, we must have relevant information. Because it is when you have information, it is when you have knowledge, it is when you know what is going on that you can pray effectively. For you to pray and for your prayer to be answered, your prayer has to be targeted. You have to pray from a place of information. This book that we call the Holy Bible is full of information. The lazy way is just to pray and just to go on and on. The more efficient and more effective way is to open this book, look inside it, find out what is relevant to your situation, the Word of God that is relevant, and from that word, use it as your basis of prayer. Because God cannot deny his word. Neither can he break his word. If you really want to get God, use his word to get a hold of him. He says, I watch over my word to perform it. I honor my word above my name. Everything may pass away, not a jot, not a tittle, not a dot of my word will pass unfulfilled. So shall my word be that goes out of my mouth. It will not return to me void until it has performed all that it was sent to do. Now, all these things I've been saying in the last minute or so are scriptures. I'm quoting from the Bible. This is how God handles his word. The only way you can get what God is saying is by having information. That information comes from the knowledge you acquire from this word. Now, I don't know how I got into all this morning because that wasn't what I wanted to share with you. I believe somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needs to hear that. So if all I've been saying is for you, I want you to take a hold of it. Because God is about to do something in your life if you would apply what I have said to you this morning. Now, I will talk about knowledge and awareness the rest of the week. Many things are going on all around us. Things go on around us all the time. Out of emotion, we react many times. In the heat of the moment, there is a reaction. But for lasting solutions, we have to go and acquire knowledge and information about every situation that confronts us. And so in a time like this, when everybody is talking about race relations, this is the time for you to go and acquire knowledge, find out, go and pick up history books, authentic history books. Or, well, you get some stuff, you don't have to have a hard book in your hand these days. But go and research, go and get information. And don't do your research on the internet or from all the stuff that people post to you on WhatsApp. Some of them is good. Most of it is junk. Go and acquire knowledge. Because the things that we are now stepping into post-COVID, we are going to need knowledge. We are going to need accurate information to properly address them and to change. If we have a systemic racial problem here in the US, and it's also in many parts of the world, we need to have accurate information. We need to have knowledge, and so that we will know how to apply wisdom, and then we will be able to strategize and intentionally, strategically, in an informed and educated manner, begin to turn things around. Knowledge, awareness, information. We cannot fight ignorantly. Ignorance kills. We rule the world by knowledge, by wisdom, by patient planning, by strategizing, and by committed execution of our plans, unrelenting, until we see the results. And great things don't happen overnight. I'll see you tomorrow. The Lord's sparing our lives. If Jesus hasn't come back. It's a beautiful day out here in Philadelphia, as I said. May my God make your life beautiful and full of his light. Good morning, everyone. It's Fumi Obilano Reflections.